This is the Angry Reviewer, and today I want to bring you this video on movies that studios didn't properly promote right. And I'm not talking about films that people knew were badass but were mispromoted, but films that could have potentially been a fucking badass franchise, but due to piss poor promotion by studio executives, they were DOA right from the gate. An example. I'm going to give you an example. Films like In the Name of the King. In the Name of the King was such a piss poor, fucked up, stupid film. The only saving grace of that film was Jason Statham. And even then, his star power and presence wasn't enough to save the film. That film was just awful. Yui Boll really knows how to fuck up a film. I mean, the guy fucked up House of the Dead. The guy fucked up Blood Rain. The guy even fucked up In the Name of the King. He could have had something great with Jason Statham starring in the film. Nope. Jason Statham said fuck that shit and walked after the first film. Now, as you can see, we're stuck with two films that were direct-to-DVD sequels. And one of these direct-to-DVD sequels has Dolph freaking Lundgren. Dolph freaking Lundgren. The guy has merit in his own right. Hell, he was fucking Drago in the Rocky series. He was badass in Expendables. But come on, if you jump from Jason Statham to Dolph freaking Lundgren, you know your franchise is in trouble. Dolph freaking Lundgren is the guy that you call when you can't afford to get no one else. Dolph freaking Lundgren is the guy who will do anything for a buck. I hate saying it, it's sad to say, but he went from this badass in Universal Soldier, the badass in Expendables, to a fucking made-for-DVD joke. Same can be said for Dominic Parcells, who's in the third installment of In the Name of the King. He's great in Prison Break. He was great in The Flash, the show for CW. But his acting chops, not so much. The guy's just not that great. And it shows when he tries to when they try to put a film on his shoulders. Same thing with this film, this atrocity that I'm watching, In the Name of the King 2. They try to put this film on Lundgren's shoulders, and it failed. But enough about that. Let me get back to my topic at hand. My topic at hand was films that were piss poor, films that were poorly promoted or had no promotion at all by the studio that made them. I'm going to start off right off the back because this is going to be 10 films that were improperly promoted by studios. So I'm going to bring you a 2-part video on this. So the first part is going to be 5. The second part will be 5. Alright, here we go. Okay, the first film in this fucking video is going to be John Carter of Mars. See, John Carter of Mars could have been great. Should have been great. Would have been great. If Disney knew if Disney executives knew how to properly promote the film. I mean, well, shit. We got a few posters here and there at our local cinemas. Other than that, we didn't get like one teaser trailer, one anything. Just a few cardboard cutouts, maybe a few promotional posters, and that was it. And they expected people to know what the film was and why they should go see it. I mean, come on, well, for fuck's sakes, I could do the studio's job. If that was the case, they needed someone to do that. Shit, I could do their fucking job. I could improperly promote a film to the point that nobody knows what to expect when they go see it. Nobody knows how good the film's gonna be, so when they finally do go see it, they think the film's bad. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone has to like every film that I do. But in my opinion, I found John Carter of Mars to be a great film. Or John Carter, period. I found it to be a great film. I think it was very visually stunning, very well acted, and it wasn't boring at all. It kept me engaged. Time in, time out, over and over again, every time I watched that film. But due to piss poor marketing on the Disney executives' part, sad to say, it was DOA from the gate. It never took off. It never got the backing from the fans that it should have. It never realized its full potential due to that fact. And no one was to blame but Disney. See, I hear all these reviewers fucking talking about how much of a financial bomb that film was. Yeah, it was a financial bomb because it was misproperly promoted. If promoted at all. The studio didn't do shit to get you pumped for the film. I mean, well, for fuck's sakes, I could do their fucking job. If that's the fucking case. I could do that fucking job. Just misproperly promote shit and make a fucking buttload of money while doing it. But that's me, and that's my opinion. And John Carter of Mars, or John Carter, period, is the first film out of these first 5 films that I'm going to talk about. The second film I felt that was mishandled and improperly promoted would have to be The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, that film, no matter what anybody fucking says, was such a badass film. Nicolas Cage was so great. The guy from This Is the End, Jay Burchell or whatever his name is, I know I butchered it. He was so great in that film. You know, and that film kept you engaged from start to finish. It held your attention. You knew what you were getting when you saw it. There was no way that you didn't. It was straightforward and right up in your face. Given the proper promotional, given the proper promotion, I think that's one franchise that would have taken off and would have been a hit. We would have seen more and more films out of it. But sad to say, and I'm going to repeat this a lot through this video, it was dead on arrival. Due to the fact that some fucking retarded Disney studio executive did not know how to handle his media management and could not properly promote the film well. I mean, shit, if you're gonna fuck up that bad, I could do your fucking job and get paid for doing it. That's just my fucking opinion, and my opinion alone. I could do that fucking job and gladly take your paycheck and fuck it up. I mean, shit. I'm a YouTube reviewer, and already I can already off the top of my head think of ways to properly promote John Carter and Sorcerer's Apprentice. But that's me. Okay? Everyone's different. The third film that I'm going to talk about was Prince of Persia. Jake Gyllenhaal was fucking epic in that film. I liked that film. And yes, I'll give Disney that. They tried. They really did try to promote the film. But in doing so, they failed. They didn't entice you the way that you should be enticed. They didn't get your blood flowing and get you interested the way you should have been interested. No, what did they fucking do? They just threw out a few piss poor television spots here and there, radio spots here and there, a few piss poor posters, and piss poor fucking cardboard cutouts that a fucking 9-year-old could draw. And boom, you're supposed to be engaged and you're supposed to be pumped and ecstatic. I mean, I'm sorry to say, Fast and the Furious is getting more promotional spots and promotion than fucking Prince of Persia got. And that could have been a great franchise. That was actually one video game franchise or video game film that was done right. But sadly, we'll never get a franchise out of it, and we'll never see another Prince of Persia film. Due to piss poor promotion by Disney studio executives that didn't know what they had on their hands. And what's so fucked up about these people, these moronic idiots, they get paid for doing this and they can't even do their fucking job. I mean, shit, if that's the kind of people you want hired, let me be the one that does the hiring process. I'll fucking hire some hot ass chick with a fucking big ass hooters and a nice big ass. At least that way, and I'll make sure she's blonde. At least that way, if something's fucked up, we know why. It's because she's blonde. But at least she'll be a nice piece of eye candy to look at. But that's the third film I'm going to speak about. The fourth film on this list, if I have to be honest, is Percy Jackson. I mean, with Percy Jackson, we got 2 films. 2 at least. And they were both great films in my opinion. Any fans of mythology and mythological creatures should watch the Percy Jackson films. That's just my opinion, and that's a little, how would you say, a little nod to the films from a reviewer. A little plug, if you would, for the films. I recommend you watch them. I mean, don't go in there expecting the fucking Green Mile. Just don't, because you're going to be sorely disappointed if you do. But if you go in with an open mind and the right mindset, and you know what you're getting yourself into, you're going to honestly love the films the way I do. If you see them through a new pair of eyes, you'll like them the way that I do. I mean, but that's my opinion. Poor marketing killed that franchise before it even got started. Stupid studio executives, bad timing, wasted potential, waiting too long in between films to start sequels. I mean, well, for fuck's sakes, after Sea of Monsters, they could have easily, right when they filmed Sea of Monsters, they could have filmed the third film, the fourth film, the fifth film, and bumped them all out, got the scripts out there, found a studio to fucking back them, and had them in the theaters. Nope. They fucking wanted to wait too long in between films to fucking make a proper franchise, and that's a damn shame. But that's my opinion, and I still believe I can do their fucking job. That's the fourth film on this list. The fifth film on this list, if I have to be honest, has to be, and I'm giving this one a lot of thought. I mean a lot of thought, would be Live, Die, and Repeat. Or Live, Die, and Repeat. See, when fans saw that film, they thought it was an epic film. They got an epic Tom Cruise film. But before that, they didn't know what the fuck they were getting, because the film, the stupid ass executives that promote films mispromoted the fucking film, and it was sad that they did that. It was sad, because that film was such a great film. We could have had a franchise out of that film, but sadly we will never find out if it would have worked or not due to mispromotion of the film. But hey, what do I know? I could do the fucking film executive jobs, and I could promote the hell out of it and do a better fucking job, in my opinion. But that's me. Well, this has been the first half of 2 videos. This is the first 5 films that were improperly promoted, that could have been so much more given the right promotion. With the second video, I will continue this discussion. I'm me, you're you, I'm the Angry Reviewer, I'm out.